Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, guys, we have to mention something on Barcelona. It's about Lamine Yamal, Marc Bernal, Ferran Torres and more. Also on Real Madrid, Tony, Rüdiger, on Chelsea with Emanuel Emegha'S. Let's jump into it together. And here we are, guys, always on the channel, always to keep you posted with all the latest on the transfer market, on football in general. And today it's been a day of big confusion, big tension between the Spanish Federation, the Spanish national team, and Barcelona for Lamine Yamal. Public statement very strong by Barcelona manager Hansi Flick, but I can guarantee to you that behind the scenes the situation was even more tense in terms of club. It's not just about the manager. The whole club, Barcelona, is really angry and irritated at the Spanish national team, with the federation, with the staff, because of what happened with Lamine Yamal, playing with some pain, despite them winning, still being on the pitch. So the message from Hansi Flick was very strong. On the other side, the Spanish national team staff, the staff of the coach Luis de la Fuente, says that they always manage the players at their best. They didn't do anything risky, so that doesn't depend on them what happened with Lamine Yamal. So a really tense situation. We saw something similar with Ousmane Dembélé and Paris Saint-Germain in the recent days. Also, Désiré Doué injured after what happened with the French national team. So another case to consider, because Lamine Yamal will miss the game against Valencia and is also expected to miss the game with Newcastle. It is not guaranteed, but this is the expectation. So for sure the situation around Lamine is getting tense between Barcelona and the Spanish national team staff. We will be following also that. But one of many stories we have in this weekend, waiting to see what's going to happen in terms of time of recovery for Lamine Yamal. Talking about Barcelona, guys, and to put some transfers into these, many reports today coming about, not only today, in the recent days, coming about Marc Bernal. First of all, congratulations to Marc Bernal, who is back into Barcelona squad, more than 400 days, so it's been a long time out for Marc Bernal with an injury. This summer we had several reports on Roma trying to sign Marc Bernal, but that story was a complete bullshit, because it was impossible for any club to reach an agreement with Barcelona for Marc Bernal, whether it was a loan or whether it was a permanent transfer or with a buyback clause or whatever. No chance from Barca. They never wanted to open doors to an exit of Marc Bernal. The reports we had in the recent hours and days was about Al Nassr, was about the possibility of Al Nassr going for Marc Bernal. Well, guys, Al Nassr for this transfer window never wanted to sign a midfielder, never planned to sign a midfielder. Wanted can be different, but Al Nassr had a limited budget, obviously, with a new director, Simão Coutinho, working with Semedo. They tried to be creative and brought important players. Then Inigo Martinez deal was really smart, then João Felix and more. So Al Nassr tried to be creative, but to go for Marc Bernal, it took crazy money, and it's something that Al Nassr couldn't spend this summer. The market from Al Nassr was expensive, but was not crazy if you look at the numbers in terms of what they spent in this transfer window. The budget was not that crazy, and so obviously this had an impact. So Bernal to Al Nassr this summer never existed as a possibility, and now we have to see what's going to happen in the future. If they will come, I will let you know. But this summer, Bernal to Saudi was not an option for Al Nassr, and also, let me tell you, from what I'm told, the player is not keen at all about the possibility of going to Saudi now at this stage of his career. He's more than happy to return to Barcelona, play with the squad, be part of the squad, return to the football life after the long injury. And so this possibility was never really concrete. We heard also something similar. I don't know, to be honest, where these news are coming from, but this summer we also heard about Ferran Torres. At some point of the summer transfer window, we heard that Al Nassr wanted to sign Ferran Torres and were negotiating for Barca for Ferran Torres. Well, that's a complete fake story. Al Nassr wanted to go for Kingsley Coman. The player they wanted was Kingsley Coman. Top of their list was Kingsley Coman. For example, Al Nassr, if you want to know something behind the scenes, made a call for Garnacho at the end of May to understand the situation, but Garnacho only wanted to go to Chelsea. Al Nassr, with the former directors in March, April, thought about Luis Diaz. Then, with the new directors, was not possible to spend that money, and also they targeted different players, but Ferran Torres was never an option for for obviously Al Nassr, Cristiano Ronaldo and his team. So that's the reality, many fake stories around that. Moving on the other side, in Spain, Real Madrid, the bad news in the recent days about Toni Rüdiger. We wish him all the very best to return as soon as possible. It could take up to 3 months after his injury suffered in the recent days in training, and so get well soon, Toni, because for sure Toni is a fantastic player and deserves all the respect. At the same time, guys, I received also many questions on the future of Toni Rüdiger. I told you a few days ago about the rumors we had about Alaba and Rudiger. I told you that Alaba has very good chances to leave Real Madrid as a free agent next summer, waiting for Real Madrid official decision and communication to the player. Nothing is fully decided yet, but it's a really concrete chance. For Toni Rudiger, it's still an open situation. It's not something that Real Madrid have decided or Toni has decided. I can tell you that from Saudi, it's been 2-3 years that they have Toni Rudiger on top of their shortlist. The deal makers in Saudi love Toni Rudiger. Top defender, one of the very best in the world, top leader, also on and off the pitch, can have a big impact. So from Saudi, they love Toni Rüdiger, but it never became something concrete because Rüdiger is fully focused on Real Madrid and loves Real Madrid. So at the moment, it's not even a negotiation. Nothing at all started because Real Madrid and Toni Rüdiger will decide on the future in the next months. I don't think the Rüdiger story will be decided in terms of contract or no new contract now, today, tomorrow, this week or next week. I think it will take some time before they will make any decision on the future of Toni Rüdiger, and then we will understand more also on that story. But maximum respect for Rüdiger, who is now injured and will try to return as soon as possible, and I can guarantee he's completely only focused on Real Madrid. And just to complete, guys, something to mention also on Emanuel Emegha, the new Chelsea signing, made official by Chelsea, exclusive story from 2 days ago. Remember that Chelsea signed a player from Strasbourg. Many people say, yeah, but Chelsea... obviously, they sign players from Strasbourg. Yes, it's the same ownership, so obviously for Chelsea it's very easy. But at the same time, you always need the player to give the green light. Don't forget that point. If Emegha wanted to say, no, I don't want to go to Chelsea, I prefer to stay at Strasbourg and maybe move to another club, that's absolutely something that they don't have in the contract to go to Chelsea. So it's always the player deciding. Emegha was more than happy to go to Chelsea because Emegha feels that Chelsea trusts him for present, but also for long term. For example, Chelsea see a big potential in Emegha to be an important player for the next 3, 4, 5 years. This is why they didn't accept or thought about negotiating for Emegha, accept any proposal or negotiate for Emegha from clubs from Italy. There was interest from Juventus at the beginning of the summer transfer window, interest from German clubs, and interest from Premier League clubs. So many clubs were keen on Emegha, but Chelsea never wanted to cash in on the player. They never wanted to negotiate. Sometimes Strasbourg is not Chelsea, is the Blue Co group didn't want to negotiate because they wanted the player. Chelsea then was up to Emegha, and Emegha said yes to the pre-agreement, but they really believe in Emegha. And the possibility for Emegha to go to other clubs was really concrete. Other clubs went to Strasbourg to different sides. Other players made this move this summer. For Emegha was not the case because Chelsea wanted him. The player wanted to go to Chelsea. And this is why the deal is done. We will see what Chelsea decide, if the player joins in January or if the player joins in the summer transfer window. We will see what's going to be the decision from Chelsea, Strasbourg, Blue Co, and Emanuel Emegha. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories from Barcelona, Saudi, Rüdiger, Emegha, and much more here in the comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.